Meanwhile, you just heard two stories about people wanting electors, they'll be voting on Monday, by the way, to flip their votes and deny Trump the presidency. We're all sort of assuming, oh, that's crazy. But could it actually happen? Joining us now, Byron York, chief political correspondent for the Washington Examiner, and Mercedes Schlapp, columnist at the Washington Times. It's great to see you both. Mercedes, Byron, we were just talking about this in the commercial break, and you were agreeing with me, Mercedes, I think, that if you look back over the last year, all the times you've heard all the smart people say that never happened, no way, and then, of course, it did. Why are we assuming that the presidency couldn't be taken from Trump on Monday?
Well, because we're in such an unsettling time. The mere fact that these electors are putting pressure, lobbying the other electors to change their decision, or to say, basically, I'm not going to be voting for Hillary Clinton. Let's make sure Donald Trump doesn't get the presidency. It's unnerving, Tucker, and it sets a dangerous precedent because of the mere fact that you have lawsuits going on in Colorado, which, of course, the judge did not agree with these electors, trying to change the way the electoral system works.
Right.
And so I find that the fact that they're putting this unnecessary pressure, they're harassing electors, they're emailing them, making phone calls, death threats. This is not what the American system is about. No. I clearly remember when we were transferring power from Bush to Obama. It was a peaceful transition. There is no need for this unnecessary stress on our electoral college system. And what we're seeing is that the Democrats are pushing this forward, led by also, not only are we talking about Nancy Pelosi's daughter, but you're talking about the Clinton campaign being involved.
Sure.
You're talking about President Obama pushing forward the story on the Russian hacking influence.
And it's not accidental. I mean, these are sophisticated people. I know a lot of these people, and they're not stupid. And I don't think they're doing this for no reason. Do you, Byron?
No, but I mean, we think this won't happen because it never has happened.
Exactly.
And it hasn't gotten close to happening. The most electors who've ever been faithless was in 1808. There were 6 of them. Every time after that, it's been an elector here, an elector there. There was one in 2004 who was a John Kerry elector.
It was accidental.
And who voted for John Edwards instead. And in 2000, extremely contentious election, one elector, a Democrat, just abstained. So it hadn't happened before, hasn't been close to happening. Also, there are these laws, which you referenced, in 29 states that bind electors to vote for the popular vote winner in their state. So that makes it difficult. And finally, you look at this Hamilton electors group that your earlier guest was from. They say they've got a lot of electors who want to do this. The number of Republican electors they have right now is 1.
That's right.
So there's 20 Democrats who say, well, I'd vote for a Republican if 37 Republicans would go away from Trump. Well, now they have 1, so it just doesn't look very
good. No, it doesn't, but I also think that we undervalue political stability. Our economy, our civil society, it's all built on the strata of a stable political system. And when you start trying to undermine it, and it's not just the Democrats, but they are the movers of this, like, you're really reckless, I think.
And it's not only just undermining it. It's the mere fact that they're making a moral decision. These electors who are basically saying we can't move forward with Donald Trump being president is the fact that they don't want to listen to the millions of voters who did vote for Donald Trump in these states, and they want to be the ones to make the moralistic call because they believe that Donald Trump is unqualified to be president. That is... I just find it just so disturbing.
But you're leaving an ingredient out of the recipe, and it's this, Byron. There are a lot of celebrities in Hollywood who want this to happen, and that is kind of the definitive factor we know in elections, isn't it, what the celebrities want?
Well, this was a pre-existing cause. It existed before the whole Russia thing happened. But what did happen is they were up and running. They had their one elector defector. And then on Sunday, with the news of the Russian hacks, they thought, wow, we've got to have a briefing.
That's right. No, and thank you for that reminder. We got to go to break.